If I had to start over today with a 9 to 5 job, zero YouTube experience, not the craziest budget, and not the most time in the world, this is exactly how I would do it. I'm going to walk you through the exact 5-step system that I have used to escape the 9 to 5 and set up faceless YouTube channels that run even when I am asleep. And the best part is that I've helped hundreds of other clients do the same thing while they're working a 9 to 5 job. Like Stephanie, who had 6K a month while working a job and having a child, and Jeremy, who had over 8K a month while still working his 9 to 5 job. I will reveal their stories later in the video. And make sure to stick around because M3 is where most people mess up and where we crack the code to make this work. Now, I understand you're working a 9 to 5 job and you're probably getting paid very good, but you're looking for more and you want to try a side hustle to increase your online income, right? You're tired of working hard with no freedom, and you're tired of having shiny object syndrome and trying all these different side hustles without actually seeing results. You want more time and you want more money without having to quit your safe 9 to 5 job, especially with a proper plan and cash flow in place. Now, I completely understand this feeling because this was me a few years ago. I was working a 9 to 5 job, still in university, right after it, and I just didn't want to be stuck for the rest of my life in this job and not have the money and time to do what I want and go where I want. And the thing that I hated the most in that time period was trying all these different side hustles where people would promise you the world, but nothing would really work or stick for me. But that is until I discovered YouTube automation, and that is the moment everything changed for me. So here's the exact 5-step system that I teach in the Faceless Tuber School that has helped and is helping me, myself, and hundreds of other students set up these side hustles while working their job and making over 3K a month. And I have specifically designed this for busy employees just like you to do this next to their job and build an online source of income while not having to risk it all and give up their job. Now, really quickly, before we dive into the 5 steps, you can join my free Faceless Tuber School 5-day challenge to get started with your first AI Faceless YouTube channel. This is a 5-day program with over 5 hours of free content that you can join. All you have to do is comment challenge down in the comments and I will send it right over so you can get started for free. Now it's about time for the fun stuff. Let's dive into the 5M system. So guys, I have drawn this all out for you. I've been working a few hours on making this whole sheet that basically walks you through the whole 5M system. So this is the way I structured starting you at YouTube automation. That is the easiest and best way, most simple way to follow along with once you're getting started. So M1 is mindset, M2 is market, M3 is the model, M4 is the machine, and then M5 is monetize. And basically, if you follow these 5 steps over and over, it's inevitable for you to make this work and start making money from it, because these are all the fundamental steps that you can take to making this work, but it just depends on how you implement each and every single one of them. So let's go to step number 1, mindset. So as you can read here, most people fail before they even upload. Why? They treat YouTube like a hobby and not like a business. So a lot of people online see people like me, like coaches or people on social media posting about side hustles in general, online business, and maybe specifically YouTube automation, and make it look easy to hit 10K a month within like 1, 2, 3 months. But if you go into this thinking this is like some sort of a hobby that you can try for a few weeks, you are very wrong, and you're going to be in for a very hard and rough time, because even though YouTube is fairly simple, like the idea of it is a business. You have to take it serious, and it will take some time for you to understand how it works exactly. So the first thing you need to do is shift from consumer to creating. You have to start taking action. You have to go from someone that scrolls YouTube and watches YouTube video and scrolls TikTok and scrolls Instagram all the time to someone that tries to see opportunities in the market and that actually makes channels and create videos and entertains other people, creating eyeballs and attention that you can then sell to YouTube or to other places. Second, you have to get over your limiting beliefs. You have to stop thinking that, first of all, this is impossible to do, that making money online is impossible to do, that you don't have enough money to do this, that you don't have enough time to make these channels and test these things next to your job, maybe next to your relationships, that you don't have the skill to make something like this work, and if this even works for you. So I will go a lot deeper into this in other videos, but especially if you're right now in a position of working your job and looking for something new to do, your mind is where it all starts. Because if you do not believe that this can work and make you money, and that you can, let's say, make this work for you and move somewhere abroad or give up your job, then you're never going to make this work. So this is very important. Next up, you have to start blocking out multiple hours a week to learn about the side hustle you're doing, and then to actually implementing the things that you are going to want to do and achieve. And you have to understand how much time it takes to make the content, do the research, and actually test and run this business, this online business. Again, it's simple, but it's not easy. You will have to do the work and take time to learn and research. Now, number 4, embrace a 90-day testing mindset. Defeat shiny object syndrome. This, if you're completely new to this is probably not going to be a 1, 2, or 3 month thing for you. If you start this thinking like, hey, let me try this for 2 months, see how it works, you are basically wasting your time and your money. Sure, some people test 1 channel or 2 channels and they see success within 2 or 3 months, but it's pretty rare, especially if you have zero experience. So go into this with a mindset of at least testing this for like minimum 90 days, so 3 months, but ideally like 6 to 12 months if you really want to go for this and really want to make this work for you. Because again, some people make it work quicker than others, but you're probably gonna need some repetitions before you see success with this. Now, number 5, follow a proven testing strategy over and over until you find gold. You have to find one method that you want to follow and do that until it works. And this is one mistake I made myself when starting online business, not even YouTube automation, but just side hustles and online business in general. I would buy a course, try it out for 1 or 2 months, and then I would follow some other people on YouTube and Instagram. They would come out with a course and a new way of doing things. I would buy their program. I would take my time going through the program again, maybe try 1 or 2 things, but I would keep wasting money on new programs and new ways to do this without properly giving one single thing a fair chance to make it work for me. Plus, this also led me to resetting my learning curve every time. So usually when you start something, you have a learning curve where you start from 0 and you build up and you get more experience, and then you go like you learn and grow exponentially. But if you keep starting new things and new online business models, you keep resetting that learning curve, and then it's just going to take you so much longer to see success with anything. So these are the main 5 things that you have to understand before starting an online business and making something like this work for you. Now, this is more mindset in general, but if we go to M2, which is the market, we're going to be diving into niches especially. So with YouTube automation, they always say the riches are in the niches, and this is so true. The niche is everything, but most people pick wrong. So when you're starting YouTube automation, it's very easy to fall into the trap of picking the most generic niches that everyone online is preaching, and basically every single person that is a beginner starts doing with YouTube automation, because YouTube can be so overwhelming because there's so many different markets that you can get into. So if you don't have a proper niche research method in place and understand which different niches there are and how you can find them and how you can start them yourself, you're going to be in for a rough time, because you're probably going to end up picking a niche that is so overly saturated or so high level to get into that you will never get a lot of views on your videos. And this way, if you make 10 videos, you invest time and money into it, you don't get any views, you get very demotivated, and that's going to be very hard for you to continue doing this. So there's multiple ways, free methods, paid methods to find niches. I will link you to another video of mine that goes deep into niche research method in the screen somewhere here. But it basically comes down to a few things. First, you can use AI plus data to find high CPM and low competition niches. There's different ways for this. You will have to follow a proven method to research what works and what doesn't work and why. The main thing here being, you have to understand why something works or why something doesn't work. And you will have to track in, for example, an Excel sheet that I can also provide for you, how you research your niches, why something works, why something doesn't work, and just keeping track of other channels that are working and why they're working and how well they are working, so that you can make numbers-based decision, like a research-backed decision on why you're going to be starting something or why you're not going to be starting something, and what is going to be like specifically, which I will dive into more in the next point. You will have to understand the different kind of niches, their formats, and what fits your current situation. Think time versus money. So a lot of people don't understand that there's levels to the game of videos, basically. You can go from a $20 cheap AI video that you make yourself with ChatGPT, 11 Labs, and something like Pictory or AI-generated images, which is almost free. You can hire editors for like $20, $30, $40 to make your video instead, which will be a bit less time on your end, but more money investment. Or you can fully outsource the process and pay $70 to $100 for a video, like an average video, and it will cost you barely any time, but it will cost you more money. And then you can even go above that and pay like hundreds of dollars for extremely high-end videos, which don't cost you time again, but cost you a lot of money to invest in. So based on your situation, you have to know how much time you have, how much money you have, and how much a month you can spend on doing things yourself, or how much money you can spend on outsourcing videos to start and test channels with. So these are the main key points for niche research. And let me stick a quick story to that. So here I have a story about Lisa. She's one of my successful students. She went from being a jobless mother to doing over $3,000 a month with YouTube automation within 3 months of following my program. So Lisa was testing some stuff before she started with me. She got interested in Faceless YouTube. She just got a kid. She stopped working her 9-to-5 job to take care of her kid. But she wanted to make some money on the side to provide better for her and her family, right? So she started some channels. She tested some niches, but nothing was really working and sticking for her. Now, she got started with me in my coaching program. I walked her through everything. I learned her how to do proper niche research. And literally the first channel that she tried in the program was a successful channel after failing so many before. And then literally within 2 months, she was doing $3K a month, which was more than her 9-to-5 job was paying her at the time. Now, this is just one of the many client testimonials and results I have, but it just goes to show that some people test a niche for 3 to 6 months and nothing works, while you can do another niche and it can work within a month. So picking the right niche is really key here. Now let's move on to number 3, which is model. So niche and market and model go very hand in hand, where the market you can see as the overarching niche you have, and then the model is the specific format or style of videos you are doing in that overarching market. So first thing here to say is you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You will have to pick a winning channel format, which can be, for example, listicles like top 10 channels. You can do documentaries, you can do reaction style, you can do viral news clips, for example. You have to understand which kind of formats there are available in one market. So as an example here, let's say the MMA UFC, like the fighting market, right? So mixed martial arts. You can do daily news clips about what is happening with fighters. You can do top 10 listicle formats about the 10 greatest fights in history, for example, or the craziest fights or the best fighters in history. You can do documentary style videos about the best fighters in the world and like their come up story. You can do reaction style videos about reactions about on fights, for example, that just happened. And this way you can have the MMA or UFC niche, but there's so many different formats that you can do in one market. And it's basically your job to find a good niche with a good market that pays well, and then a good format that hasn't been done too often yet. And that is how you're going to break through and find something that works for you, basically. Now, you can do this by studying top competitors and mimicking what works for them. Never one-on-one copy others, but just try to find other people in the direct space you're in or on adjacent niches that you can switch and flip to your own niche, for example. So as this example, you can look at specific UFC MMA competitor channels, but you can also look at, let's say, other sports like NBA or soccer channels, and then mimic their topics to your channel, basically. And that is how you can use other channels to see what is working and then test that for yourself. And this way you can use repeatable templates to find title and thumbnail formats from people that tested before you from videos that went viral before you, and basically increase your chances of going viral and finding something that works. Now, lastly, for the format, always try to create a branded experience for long-term growth, because long-term growth is all that matters. So whenever you start on a channel, stick to your niche, stick to your format for 10 or 15 videos, and brand your thumbnails and titles in a way that is recognizable for the viewers you have. So basically every new channel that you test, you want to test 10 to 15 videos in one overarching niche with one format for 10, 15 videos, and then see if you get some momentum on your videos or not. If you get good momentum, you can scale it up. If you don't get momentum, you basically kill it and test something new. So that is M number 3, the model. And as a quick story here about one of my clients too, Stephanie, she was trying YouTube automation for a while. She was working a very busy IT job. She also just became a mother. And after within 3 months of starting, we took her to doing over $7,000 a month. And her channel was so simple. It was in the religious niche. She just looked at what was working for other religious channels, and she just made a mimic of that with her own branding style, with her own titles, but the IDs for the videos were done already on YouTube. But we just looked at what was like the top performing religious channels in her niche at the moment. We took like a little bit of all of them, mixed it together into her own specific style, and now she is running this channel for like the past 6 to 12 months already, and she basically doubled her income by just having this YouTube automation channel. And her channel is almost fully made with AI and doesn't even cost that much to run. Now that we have our mindset right, we know the niche and the market we're getting into, and we have the model, the format that we're going to start, we're going to build the machine. So that's M4, machine. So we're going to build our production and our videos basically. So this is where most people get stuck, but it's also where the magic happens. It's one thing to find a niche and a format. It's the second thing to actually take action and start making your videos. So first of all, you have to understand how the process works of making a video. So you first, let's say you have your niche in place and your format in place, and then you have found the idea of your video that you're going to be making, right? Let's stick to the UFC MMA example. So you're going to make a video, the top 10 craziest fights in UFC history. So the first thing you have to do is write the script for this video. Now you always want an 8+ minute video, because then you can put mid-roll ads on your videos, which make you more money. So you want to write a script that is at least 1,600 words long. Now again, when you're starting and you don't have too much time or money, get ChatGPT, make some good AI prompts, which I have a video about this. I will link it in this video again. But you have to understand how to write good prompts to make good scripts. But once you have your script written, you're going to be recording a voiceover. Again, use 11 Labs AI tool, good enough, and it is monetized. So write the script, do the voiceover, then you're going to edit the video. Here it really depends how much money you have. So you're either going to use AI images to do it yourself, do it fully yourself, or hire a freelancer to do it for you for like $30. I would always recommend to get an editor to do it for you, because that just makes your video so much better. So you have the script, you have the voiceover, now you have the full video, you upload it to your channel, you do the SEO so that your video gets found and the YouTube algorithm understands what your video is about. And then you make a thumbnail. It's like the little image that you see on YouTube when you want to click on a video, and your workflow is complete and you can start uploading the video. Now, again, just like I said in the previous 2 points, when you get to the production of your videos, it really depends on your time and your money. So whenever you're starting out, I would recommend you to make a fairly easy to make video or channel using AI tools to help you. So ChatGPT for the scripts, 11 Labs for the voiceovers, and then there's some editing tools you can use. But start with these two, and then for the editing, see if you can have like $400 to $500 a month at least to spend on video editing. If that is the case and you have that, get an editor on Upwork and spend like $25 to $30 per video on making the videos. If you don't have that, use AI tools like Pictory or make AI image videos to like dip your feet in the water and get your first AI channel started. Again, join the free challenge if you want to learn how to do that. Now, once you've like have the production in place, start working in batches. So make 5 scripts at a time, 5 voiceovers at a time, and then 5 videos at a time, and test your first 5 videos. And once that hits, you're gonna iterate what worked and what doesn't work, and then you're gonna rinse and repeat until you have like 10 to 15 videos up. Then you're gonna analyze your channel, see if it's working, and if not, you restart and find a new niche. Now let's dive into a little story about Michael here, because he had insane success too. So Michael was a guy from Brazil. He had a family of like 3 children and his wife. He was making his money from poker at the time. He failed 2 or 3 channels before starting with me. And then his like second channel, I think when we started, did over $7,000 a month within 3 months of starting. Now, Michael didn't have a lot of income, and he didn't have a lot of money to invest into doing this. So we taught him the AI methods to start this. And this channel that was making $7,000 a month was fully made with AI by himself. So you don't need a lot of time or money to do this if you don't have it. You can get started with these like fairly cheap AI tools and reach like success levels like this. Michael, after this, like soon after this, went all in on YouTube. He even made his like own coaching community in Brazil. And I can show you some other pictures, but he often sends me in my community message that he's doing like over 15K a month just with his YouTube channels alone. So yeah, that's the power of AI channels. You don't have to make insanely high quality good videos. You just have to understand what works and how you can do it. Now the last M is monetize. So once we have our mindset right, once we have our niche market picked, once we have our model and format decided, and once we have our video production and team hiring in place, all we have to do now is monetize our YouTube automation channel and start earning money from it. First of all, you don't need 1 million views to get paid. So the reason M2 is so important, the market you're in, is because depending on your market, you can make a lot more or a lot less money. So let me give you a quick example. My first channel was in the UFC MMA market, right? Once I had that monetized, I was making around $3 or $4 per 1,000 views from AdSense. Now, a channel I started 2 months ago is in a whole different market, but the RPM of this channel is around $12 per 1,000 views. So I get paid 4 times as much for the same 1,000 views I get on this channel. And if you have this leverage, it becomes so much more easy to scale up your channel, get it profitable, and also outsource and hire people to help you make videos, basically. So you have to be smart about monetizing your channel. Now, quick thing you need to know before monetizing. You can only enter the YouTube Partner Program when you have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of public watch time. Then you can apply to join the program, and then you start making money from ads. So the unfortunate thing with YouTube is that you will have to upload videos and maybe spend time and money on getting the videos out before you can start making money back from this. Now, there are other ways to earn money before you do that. You can add affiliate links, you can add digital products, and you can get brand deals on your channel. So the reason I told you that you want to pick a niche and a format and brand it properly is because the chances of you selling through affiliate links or digital products become so much more higher when you give viewers a branded experience and you are in one specific niche for one specific audience that you can help with one of these products then. Now, one important thing here is to reinvest profits into better editing, better editing or scaling once you have a channel that is making you money. And make sure to spread like your eggs in multiple baskets. Don't rely on just one channel. And once you have something that is working, make sure to start more channels, specifically in the same niche, to horizontally scale your channels and also spread your risk when something goes wrong and you get demonetized or your channel loses momentum. So this was the 5M method in short, with some client testimonials, results, and stories of how I use this system to basically become time and location independent through YouTube automation. So you have 2 options right now. Keep grinding at your job or give the 5M method a chance and start building your own YouTube automation business. Because like I just showed you, all it takes is these 5 steps that I literally walked you through step by step. I've showed you what it can do for others too, for other 9-to-5 employees, and that this can work for literally anyone. Q4 is right around the corner. If you start now, you have 3 months left to get this up and running. And as I've showed you in this video, all these client results were done within 3 months. So if you actually decide to do this, by December, you can maybe even have a channel doing over $2,000-$3,000 a month if you decide to really go for this. So stop being a consumer, stop becoming a producer, and dedicate to one side hustle and make this work. Now, if you want my in-depth method to the 5M system, if you want my niche research methods, my templates to finding niches, finding formats, doing SEO, if you want to know how to hire these freelancers to make videos for you, if you want 3 free one-on-one coaching calls with me where I make a custom roadmap for you on how to set up this business model, all you have to do is click the link in the description of this video and join the Faceless Tuber School. Faceless Tuber School is the community that I've been building the last 3-4 years. And this is the place where all my clients meet and use and walk through the 5M system. At the moment, it's at 40% off and you get 3 free one-on-one coaching calls with me if you join the yearly plan. In this community, people come together to look at each other's channels, to help each other, to answer each other's questions, to share their results. As an example here, Michael just started a second channel. His first channel blew up. He's doing 150,000 views a day, as you can see here, and his RPM is over $10. So yeah, this is a place to meet other people, stay motivated, and then also do calls with me. Here you have the programs I've made. Here's a premium program that walks you through the 5M system in depth, plug and play sheets, basically everything you need to go from A to Z and to have a step-by-step roadmap and guide how to make this work for you. So if you want to join this, click the link in the description. I have linked it here. You, at this moment, got 3 free one-on-one coaching calls with me. So with this, you literally cannot go wrong and mess this up. So if you are serious about building a profitable YouTube automation business next to working your 9-to-5 job, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to make a lot more in-depth videos and trainings on how to actually do this. I would also really appreciate it if you comment down below what you are uncertain about, what your roadblocks are, and what topics for videos you would like to see next on this channel. Now, last thing from me, if you want a little bit more information on how the 5M method works inside my community, the Faceless Tuber School, you can watch the video in screen right now, because in here, in 10 minutes, I'll walk you through exactly everything you're getting and what you can achieve from joining the program. So click the end screen right here, and I hope to see you in the next one.